It's like the first thing I thought when I went through my Llewellyn Witch's calendar and I hit April and I'm like, 1, 2, 3, 4 retrogrades. 2 dwarf planets, Ceres and Pluto, and 2 regular planets, Jupiter and Saturn. Jupiter being the largest planet in not our galaxy, our solar system. So yeah, there's a lot going on. And 2018, I started observing retrogrades in my life a little bit more than I had in the past. I've been working with Mercury retrograde for a few years at that point, and the Lion's Gate, which is not astrological or astronomical, but a whole different ballgame, but equally as powerful. And so last year I'm like, I'm going to look and see who affects me, who impacts my life. And the Jupiter retrograde, not so much. Last year, I believe it was Jupiter. I could be making that stuff up. It was last year, you know. I do remember Venus. Venus, oh my God. I floated. I was like, I'm drowning. I wasn't floating. I was drowning, is how I felt for the majority of that one. I survived. I came out stronger. There was a shift that happened after the fact with Venus. It's like all of a sudden we hit the Venus shadow and I went, woo, life is really good. And then bam, something else changed and I like lit a fire under me. Even though there's still a lot of water going on for me. But back to the original story and Raining Retrogrades. Yeah, see, I go through and I mark, and like this is Mercury. I only do this with Mercury retrograde because the others, some of them are very long. So I'm marking out Mercury and I flipped April and I'm like 1, 2, 3, 4 retrogrades. So you have Ceres, Jupiter, Pluto, and Saturn. Pluto is one of those ones that can be a really biggie, as can Saturn. Both of those two are like game changers and can really bring in a super duper dooziness to it. So I'm interested to see how it turns up in my life this year since I'm paying attention to this stuff. And yeah, and there's 4 of them. 4 of them. So yeah, like Ceres, family, home, relationships. Ceres, the goddess of, should be Ceres in Latin because the C is hard, not C. But in English we say Ceres. Like cereal, that's who cereal is named after. Is Ceres, because she's a harvest, she's goddess of grain. And she's also the Romulan, somewhat equivalent. Most people are familiar with the Hades Persephone Demeter story in Roman mythology. It's Ceres, Proserpina, and Pluto. Same basic concept of Pluto takes Proserpina down to the underworld and Ceres mourns and everything's dying and there's no food and then they have to strike a deal. She ate the pomegranate seed and so she can't come back fully because she's kind of dead. She's not dead. Yeah. So relationships, family, how you react with people. Jupiter is the head of the gods. He would be the equivalent in the Grecian pantheon as Zeus. Jupiter, Jove, which is Jupiter, Jove. Yeah, that's what happens. I took Latin. Sorry, people. It just happens. the J in Latin is an I sound. So anytime you see any J's, like Julia is a form of Julius. So it'd be Julia and Julius. But Jupiter, he's the big kahuna, if you will. He's the head honcho of the pantheon. He's also the biggest planet in our solar system. So yeah, that's a big thing to have going retrograde. And that's kind of like luck, talent, spiritual face, karmic goodwill, feeling expansive. He's kind of a good planet, you know, feel good planet. And he's going to be going backwards. So what's going to happen with that? That can be like a huge thing changing there with that feel good, good luck, talent, party guy going backwards. We get Pluto. Pluto is the god of the underworld. whose equivalent in the Grecian pantheon is Hades. So while not a full-scale planet anymore, it's considered a dwarf planet unless they changed it. I can't remember. There was that whole little Pluto thing. It was kind of crazy there for a while. I don't remember what they decided in the end. I just remember dwarf planet. But that's the god of the underworld. So what do you want to change? What do you want to leave this slow-moving planet when it finally, Pluto doesn't move very fast. It's one of the slower planets, and it's also on the outer, it's also further out, so that is why it moves slower. But, so Sirius is April 9th to this July 17th. Jupiter would be April 10th to August 11th. Pluto goes on April 24th to October 3rd. And then we have Saturn, which is April 29th until the 18th of September. So, you're going to be in Pluto retrograde until October. It's going to be a while. And I have a feeling that it can be kind of a long slog if you're not looking where you want to go. Looking to the setup already before it hits, because it's going to hit at the end of the month, so you still have a bit of time to set up. What am I changing? What am I working with? And what do I want to leave behind? Because if you just let Pluto go on its own, change is going to happen. And then you're just going to get some change. It's going to get handed to you and be like, what is this mess of change? This is what I didn't want this. I want that. But you didn't work towards it, so you got something else. With Pluto, let's get really conscious, because we have family life being impacted. We have our luck and talent, spiritual phase, expansiveness, going backwards. The god of the underworld, who is all about change and transformation, is going backwards. And then we get to Saturn, who he's, I believe it's Kronos in the Greek pantheon. I could be getting that one wrong. In Saturn, we kind of, it's like everyone knows about, that Saturn return. He gets a bad rap a lot of times, because he's like, hey, you remember, here's your boundary, here's your limit, and you smack your head into it, and you're like, oh, wait, I didn't see that coming. Oops. Saturn sets boundaries and creates structures and limitations. So he's going to be going backwards too. So there's this, you end up feeling like going, expansiveness is shrinking, Jupiter, boundaries and limitations are closing in on you with Saturn. There's a lot going on. And that's part of the reason why, like, the Raining Retrograde package, especially when I start reading about Pluto, I'm like, whoa, Pluto could be really, really, really crazy. Really crazy. If you did it just for Pluto alone, probably a good idea. But there's 4 of them, and they're in like several major impacting places. And the Raining Retrograde package that is out is geared to helping you navigate this. And you'll get just everything in a chunk, bam. But there's like a meditation, video tarot reading, a PDF for navigating it, light language transmissions for each planet, for audios, little tidbits on each planet that go more into depth how you can work with it than this video is. And then integration ritual to use to integrate what's happening and also release things if you need to. And the meditation and the integration ritual you can use with all 4 planets. It'll be kind of good old general plug-in format. And using the same format creates a ritual. Of course it creates a ritual, but it creates a ritual pattern. And that ritual pattern gets into your soul and into your psyche and your mind and your subconscious, and then you can really make some magic. So check out the Raining Retrograde package. Its links are down below. All printed things. It is currently $23, and it's a bunch of content, so it's a good deal. And it will help you navigate what's going down. Because that's several months of good intensive work, especially if you just do Pluto alone. Let alone what Saturn can bring and all these other things going retrograde for quite a while. So, and just imagine all this is going to be going on too during eclipse season, during the summer, except for Ceres went retrograde. Yeah. And then August 11th after Lionsgate, Jupiter will go. So we're doing Lionsgate with Jupiter going retrograde. Ceres will be in the shadow for eclipse season. That's going to be a crazy one. It's going to be crazy cool, though, because you're ready. So check out the Raining Retrograde package and see what happens in your life with it. And bring in some ease, bring in empowerment. Instead of getting all muddled, addled, and rolled up into a ooey gooey ball of sticky upness. No one wants to be ooey gooey ball of sticky upness. Be expansive. Bring it in. Alrighty. Everyone have a wonderful day, and I'll see you around. Go out there and be the love in the world.